Thank you, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here and to see your faces and to welcome you to this year's World Congress of Anti-Aging Medicine. We're very proud of what our members have done and what we have accomplished in a very short period of time. So much so because when we got started with this mission back in 1991, that was when the concept of anti-aging medicine was first being touted and first being talked about in the literature and in the public media. You know, there was a lot of consternation, there was a lot of misimpression, there was a lot of outright deception, frankly, around what we were trying to accomplish, because all we're really trying to accomplish is advanced preventive medicine, the early detection, prevention, treatment, and or reversal of aging-related disease. But after 25 years, we're victorious, and we're an overnight success, and anti-aging medicine is the next great paradigm of primary health care medicine. Now, people say, well, that's great. Well, how have you achieved this great accomplishment? How have you achieved an accomplishment of a new medical specialty that was virtually unknown before, now with members in over 130 countries around the world, teaching at major universities around the world, degree-granting programs, where you actually have a primary specialty in this new area, and which is being applauded and being accepted as the next great step forward in healthcare. And the reason why I think we've been so successful is because we have the answers. We have the answers to the next generation of healthcare. It's because we embrace the truth, and we're focused on what is true and what works and what is effective. And we do not care what is politically correct, and we do not care what is the drug of the week, and we do not care what we do not care so much what pure, the community-based standard may be, because rigid adherence to the community-based standard of medicine only allows for one thing: the status quo. And if anything, our members are outside of the box, and they're looking for new answers, and they're willing to do what works. And they're willing to do what works, of course, with great concern to safety and also to efficacy. But that's our focus, and that's the focus of our membership, and that's what has driven and propelled the success of this organization. To take this stance is, in fact, risky, but the greater danger to our lifespan, our health, our freedoms, and our profession is to let politics and deception reign supreme. It's now the time to demand truth from our leaders, from our media, and from ourselves. We have the technology, we have the answers, and we have the cures. Aging is no longer immutable. Aging is no longer immutable. We have the methods to affect aging-related disease, to forestall the onset of degenerative disease, such that one's birthday is no longer a death sentence, where you have the opportunity to essentially design your own healthcare future, where your physician is your partner, where you are a partner with your patient, and where that patient's choices in lifestyle, in healthcare, in how they spend their money, on what they choose to do with their prevention, is the choice on how long and how healthy they will be. We have to embrace the truth, and we have to embrace the honest truth that there are answers, that there are technologies. There are oftentimes suppressed technologies simply because it is not making money for the right organization. And our doctors have been courageous in stepping out of the box and in embracing technology that works. You see, lies are death, and lies lead to death, whereas the truth leads to life. Courage creates change, and now is the time for courage. And time certainly won't allow me to enumerate the many failings of our current healthcare system. An oxymoron, the so-called Affordable Health Care Act, is what we are dealing with right now and what we are suffering under right now. And let me mention the obvious. Our disease-based palliative care mini-clinic, Walgreens, CVS healthcare system is broken, and it's clearly broken beyond repair. So much so that even the biggest national healthcare chains are straining under this system, and major insurance carriers are pulling out of the game. A4M, however, has the answer. Our answer is a custom-fit, personalized, advanced metabolic, preventive, focused medicine, which is quickly becoming the new gold standard of excellence around the world for first-class, top-tier medical care, aka anti-aging medicine. I'm sure many of you have heard of the Singularity. It's been touted that the Singularity will occur approximately 2049, when there will be a combination and a coalition and convergence of technologies all together, so that everything that can be known about physics and chemistry and biology will be known, and that there will be almost no answers that are unanswerable. And we are moving towards that singularity in healthcare very quickly, and I think much more quickly with the help of technologies such as Watson. And we believe at the A4M that in 2029 we will achieve the biotech singularity, because the doubling time of medical knowledge is only 3 years and perhaps less. So that given everything we knew about how and why we aged in 2014, we're going to know 32 times more about these issues and about these treatments and these technologies by the year 2029. And I can guarantee you, personally guarantee you, that by the year 2029, if this technology that is in the laboratory right now is allowed to be developed and is allowed to be brought out and is allowed to be practiced by our doctors, there will be major changes, incredible changes in our society, such that the diseases of aging will be known for certain to be treatable, preventable, and reversible. In the laboratory now are over 800 new drugs under development by the pharmaceutical industry, of which 450 are directly focused on aging-related diseases of seniors. We have technologies such as stem cells, genetic medicine, artificial organs, machine-based intelligence, etc., all under development, all coming out of the laboratories and being brought to you to practice the new science of anti-aging medicine. And this is so true that even Time magazine now agrees that a child born today can look forward to a life expectancy of 120 to 150 years. Perhaps the best way of understanding that this technology and anti-aging medicine is the future is to look at the people who are now moving into the field. The big players such as IBM, Nestle, Johnson & Johnson, Fujifilm, Oracle, Google, Novartis. They're all moving into this field, and they are voting with their pocketbook. Over $10 billion invested in just the last year alone in technologies as diffuse as medical informatics, genetic engineering, nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, robotics, wearable sensors, 3D tissue printing, and artificial organs, all of which, every one of which, can have an amazing outcome in the space of anti-aging medicine. We're finding that the world's longest-lived populations in Monaco, in subpopulations in the United States, in Japan, are following the anti-aging lifestyle, are practicing anti-aging medicine, and we're finding that in these communities, we have the largest percentage of practicing physicians who are members of the A4M. We're finding that concierge medicine is becoming more and more popular, not just in the United States, but overseas, where people in Asia, the top 1%, are spending $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 US dollars every year to have their personal physician practice anti-aging medicine on them. They realize that their body is their most precious possession, more important than their Lamborghini or their Bentley or their private yacht. We're looking at a global revolution. We're looking at the revolution that is anti-aging medicine. And realize in 1991, when we first had the concept, Dr. Goldman, myself, and a handful of our physician colleagues, to 1992 when we incorporated the Academy, to 1993 when we had our first Congress in anti-aging medicine, to today, we have grown this industry from $0 in 1991 to over $350 billion right here today. And it's not stopping. At current trends, we will exceed the figure of $1 trillion in the anti-aging medicine industry by the year 2025. Now, that's all good news. And that's great news. That's fantastic news. And God bless us all for that. But there is a silent menace that is upon us, a silent menace that we have been blind to. I mentioned that lies and deceit are death. And this problem only exists because it has not been enumerated, it has not been focused. Our media has held a blind eye to these problems, and that is that anti-aging medicine and anti-aging advances will come to a screeching halt if we ignore environmental toxicity, the silent menace. 30 years ago, air pollution and respiratory disease was the 7th leading cause of death in the United States. Now it is a primary cause of death, in many nations the first leading cause of death, and in the United States it is now the 3rd leading cause of death. How has this happened in 30 years without it being front page news? We are inhaling on a daily basis something like 5,000 different airborne toxins. We are inhaling aluminum and barium and other heavy metals from the skies that are raining down upon us every day. And this is having its effect on our hearts, on our brains, on our kidneys, on our livers, on every cell of our body. It's having an effect with increases in both respiratory disease, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's disease, you name it. But it doesn't reach the media. Where is the truth in that? Food. I could go on all day about food, but time won't allow. But we all understand the concerns of our corrupted food supplies, of GMO foods that by law it is illegal for the manufacturer to print on the label of the food you buy that it contains GMO substances. Isn't that strange? You know, the truth doesn't need protection. The truth is self-evident. It's lies that need to be protected. GMO foods, which are in 90% of the processed foods that we eat in this country, have been banned by many countries around the world, including Israel and Russia and other European countries as well. Why is that? We know that GMO foods in experimental mice can lead to tumors and can lead to carcinogenicity. We know that GMO foods in humans has been proven to be associated with autoimmune disorders and digestive disorders. And it's occurring at an epidemic, a pandemic rate. but why is there no mention in the media? Our water is corrupted. The waters of America are corrupted, so much so that 41 million Americans are living with their daily water supply polluted with pharmaceutical drugs, polluted with antibiotics, sex hormones, anticonvulsants, mood stabilizers. 41 million Americans without safe water to drink. No mention in the media. Radio frequency. Radio frequency, which is all about us, which did not exist 100 years ago, but is all about us now. We are living in a sea of radio frequency, and it's radio frequency toxicity that has been associated with increased incidence of insomnia to the tune of 70 million Americans. Radio frequency toxicity associated with tinnitus, 60 million Americans. Brain cancer, the fastest growing cancer type of the past 20 years, has been associated with radio frequency toxicity, specifically from cell phone towers and perhaps from cell phones as well. And the ubiquitous brain fog. You know, I carry around a radio frequency sniffer, a little electronic device that I check out my office, I check out my hotel, I check out my bedroom, and it is scary. It is a nightmare how much radio frequency we are subjected to on a regular basis. And radio frequency is known to disturb our natural production of melatonin, which leads to insomnia and other disorders. And I've asked hotels to change my room because the bed is a hot spot. It's like sleeping on a microwave oven. And they do without hesitation because they know it's the truth as well. In conclusion, in 1991, we had the inception of anti-aging medicine. We established healthcare at that time told us that there were few cures, and healthcare was based on palliative care, perhaps better named disease management. We were told that Alzheimer's had no effective treatments, that cancer was a death sentence overall, even if caught early. Heart disease was a major killer, and prevention was unlikely. Diabetes, although treatable, was not curable. In 2016, 2015, we're now victorious. We have made huge strides over these degenerative diseases and over most degenerative diseases of aging, but we haven't stopped yet. People are starting to understand that the current disease-based healthcare system must be changed to preventive care to be effective and avoid bankrupting the Western world in 2017. The World Health Organization will be meeting in 2017 to redefine the definitions for drug designation, and they are expected to introduce and to accept the category of age intervention drugs. This is major. It will unleash billions of dollars in research funding and allow thousands of scientists to redirect their energies to the paradigm of disease, from the paradigm of disease-based healthcare to seeking genuine cures for degenerative disorders. You are already practicing the future of medicine. You have chosen very wisely, in my opinion, and I applaud you all for being part of the future of healthcare, which is anti-aging medicine. God bless you all.